It's so mind-blowing to me how doing that one thing that you've been putting off, taking that one step that you've been putting off, starting that one project that you've been putting off could change the whole course of your life forever. It is so crazy. Like, you're literally always one decision away from living a completely different life. And with that knowledge, you can use that to your advantage. You never know what blessings or opportunities starting on that project could do for your whole entire life. And yes, there's always going to be that fear that, like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, or I don't know what's next. But here's what I've been, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm about to eat. Here's what I've been saying to myself. It doesn't matter what's next, because all you need to know is that what's next is better than what's now. You understand what I'm saying? You've got to accept the fact that you don't know what's gonna happen next. You've got to y'all already know, once I get to tripping over my words, I be too excited to make a video. But you've got to accept the fact that you don't know what's next. You've got to make peace with the fact that you do not know, because guess what? You will never know what tomorrow brings you. There is no way possible that you will know what tomorrow brings you, that you will know what choosing a certain option will bring you. You understand what I'm saying? But you've got to make peace with the fact that you don't know. Once you accept the fact that you don't know, because the thing about it is, the brain naturally, it kind of just functions on its own, right? We are logical creatures. So when we're trying to fill in the blank, you understand what I'm saying? When we're trying to kind of look ahead into our future, we try and fill in the blanks because we don't know what's gonna happen next. You gotta stop doing that. It's important to not get attached to outcomes, because like I have always said, expectation is a one-way road to disappointment. Once you start expecting things and you get attached to that expectation, you're just gonna lead yourself down to a road of disappointment. Because the thing about God is He works in miraculous ways. It's important to not expect how things are gonna unfold for you or what the outcome will be until it happens. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not expecting things will make you so much happier. It will ease your mind from overthinking, from worrying and all that other stuff, because you're not expecting. You're just being where you are now. Literally, the only thing that exists is now. Everything happening now exists. You got to stop worrying about what's next, because the next doesn't even exist yet. How are you gonna try and, that's the thing, like, how are you gonna try and forge or create what's about to happen next, and it's not even here yet? In the past, you got to let go of the past, because in so many words, the past is like putting pressure on you. A lot of the times, that's kind of based off of our past, that's kind of how we try and predict our future. But number one, you are not bound to repeat your past. You are not subject to repeating your past. Your past is where it is. It's the past. It's not going to keep happening again. If you got on stage trying to sing and everybody booed you, and then you be like, no, I'm never going to get on stage again because I can see how that's going to go for me, you got to stop doing that. Because when you are, in so many words, how can I put this? When you are predicting your future based off of your past, in so many words, you're sandwiching yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Your past is the bottom bread, your future is the top bread. When you equate your future to your past, you're just stuck in the middle and bound to repeat the same thing. You're going to be bouncing from bread to bread, if that makes sense. But you have to allow yourself to see something different. And the only way you do that is to release expectations. Literally, make peace with the fact that you do not know. There is so much beauty in the unknown. And when you can really put your trust in the unknown, when you can really look up to God and say, you know what? I do not know what's next. I do not know what's bound to happen a month from now. I don't know if I choose this route. I do not know how this is going to work out for me, but I trust the process. That's all it is. You have to trust the process. You have to take that step not knowing where it's going to take you. Number one, you also have to trust in yourself, because you can trust in God, but you have to trust in yourself to make the right decisions. Because the more trust you instill in yourself, the more you believe in yourself to do what's best for you, it'll be like second nature to instantly and always choose the best possible path for you. In so many words, when you say, I'm just going to do what's best for me, in so many words, you're tuning into your intuition, because your intuition is guiding you to the best possible life that you can align with. And you can always choose to listen to your intuition or don't listen to it at all. But like I said at the beginning of this video, you're always one choice away from a completely different life. Now, if you want to live your very best life, I highly suggest you start looking in the mirror and telling yourself, I will do what's best for me. I trust in me. I believe in me. I always make the best decisions for myself. I always choose what's best for me. And eventually you're going to start aligning with that higher timeline. You might not know what it's going to take for you to get there, but as long as every single time you're presented with an opportunity, you do what's best for you. If you've been telling yourself day after day, I want to get up and I want to start exercising, today is the day to do that. Right now is the time to do that, because the sooner you start, the better. You don't want to wait 5 years and say, dang, I should start now because I could have started 5 years ago. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You might say to yourself, I don't know how this is going to work out for me. I don't know where this is going to lead me to. And that right there shows humility. It is important to show humility. It's important to, I don't want to say it's important, but it's okay to not know the answers. Be okay with not knowing the answers. Like literally, like that's the whole premise of this video. Be okay with not knowing the answers, because in so many words, when you are walking blindly, right? Let's picture it. Me, I can just take my glasses off. I can just take my glasses off and I'll be walking blindly. But let's picture it, right? You've got a blindfold over your eyes, right? And you're walking this path, a straight and narrow path, or maybe it's, no, let's be realistic. You're walking this path and there's loops and turns and twists and hoops and all these other things you've got to do. And anything outside of the path that you're going, right? Or how can I put this? Okay, so you're blindfolded and you're going down the crazy looking path, right? You have to follow your intuition. Your intuition knows what's best. Your intuition is like the third eye. Your two eyes might be covered, but that intuition is always going to see what's best for you. You've got to listen to God, man. You've got to listen to God, man. You can see it as God guiding you through intuition, or you can see it as your higher self guiding you through intuition. It doesn't matter how you take it. You understand what I'm saying? So you're walking blindly and your intuition is telling you, okay, you're going through this twirly whirly stage of this path right now. You've got to stay stable. You cannot let all these other things blow you around. You've got to stay stable, right? And so you listen and you stay stable. You remain calm and you stay stable, right? And then you make it out of that. But now you got to jump through hoops back to back to back. And so the intuition is telling you, you've got to jump through these hoops. But make sure you are keeping your balance. Make sure you are staying balanced internally. Make sure you are keeping your thoughts positive. Like you have to, it doesn't matter what you're going through, you are always being guided. You might not know exactly where you're being led to. That's what I'm trying to say here. You don't know what the hell is going on up there in heaven. Like you don't understand what the significance, you might not understand the significance of what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? But you do know you're being guided by something higher than you. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're being guided by something higher than you. So it's no need for you to worry. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You do not know what's next. Yes, you are walking blindly, but as long as you are listening and you are, it's fine. It's fine if you can't see what's next. What you do know is that this is meant to strengthen you. This is meant to better you. And when you finally make it out of whatever you're going through, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, damn, I had no idea I would end up here. Like, man, this is what I be saying to myself, man. I used to be so suicidal. I used to be so depressed, y'all. It honestly might blow some of you guys' minds that I used to be so ignorant, man. I was recently watching a video of my 16-year-old self, and I had such a bad attitude. I was so bad. Like, I wasn't bad, okay, but I had a bad attitude. Like, it was a nasty attitude, and I was like, ooh, I would not want to be around her. But at the same time, it's like, that's my younger self. I was ignorant. I didn't know no better. So hey, I'm not gonna beat myself up over that, because look at who I've become. I be thinking, like, I just be sitting in silence listening to the birds, and I be like, damn, I really just be listening to birds. Like, that's what I be thinking about. Like, damn, I really just like looking at trees, and I believe in God now. Like, it's so much that's different, and I never thought I would end up here. But you know what I did do? I was walking blindly and I was just listening to my intuition. That's how it got me here. And no, it was not easy. Looking back, it seemed like it happened so fast, but I'm telling you, I had to go through the motions, man. I done went through I jumped through them hoops, man. I did the twists and turns. I bent my body all up all these other ways so I can fit through places, so I can get here, there, and I climbed my way up to where I am now. I am on such a high vibrational frequency, it's not even no joke. And sometimes I have to remind that, like, when people want to get smart with me, I have to remind myself, like, there's no reason for me to entertain you. Like, you're here, I'm here. Me trying to respond to someone who is here and that's trying to get me out of my element, that would only hurt me. It would benefit that person because misery loves company, but me going down to that person's level will only hurt me. But like I was saying, I live a completely different life now because I was always one decision away. Like, I could have done anything. You know what I'm saying? I could have chose not to listen to my intuition. I could have stayed depressed and kept going down that path, but I didn't. I really didn't. And if you think you're gonna be stuck in a depression forever, let me tell you something. I genuinely used to say to myself, damn, I'm gonna be like this forever. Like, damn, this is really my fate. But you wanna know how I got out of that? By telling myself the opposite. Your subconscious mind, it does not matter what you tell it, your subconscious mind will believe anything. If you keep telling yourself, I'm gonna be depressed forever, what do you think is gonna happen in your life, huh? It's only going to be more and more things that match what you're telling yourself. Whatever you tell yourself, the universe is going to bring that into your life. The universe is going to mirror that. Life is a mirror reflecting your innermost thoughts. It's like me looking at this camera, right? I see someone who is so beautiful, someone who's like, my hair is so pretty today, it's so curly. I did like a little twist out, whatever. I look good, I look gorgeous. I love this pink shirt, I love my life. Now, if I was to do this 5 years ago, I would be saying something totally different, because it's all about what you say to yourself. The more and more you say to yourself, and depending on what you say to yourself, your reality is going to mirror that. And so you will, in so many words, however you perceive things, it's telling you about yourself. It's not about, if you're looking at somebody and you're judging that person, that only says something about who you are. I used to, but when I used to be around people who were so judgmental, and I used to be judgmental myself, and what I see now, even nowadays, when I be around people who are so judgmental, I see that I'm not even like looking at the person they're judging in the way that they're describing them. I'm kind of looking at them kind of funny, because like, why are you saying that about them? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what do you got going on inside that's making you see that person like that? Because a healthy mind does not speak ill of others. And the only way you're gonna see your life look different is if you change the way you speak to yourself, and you change the way you think. Because a lot of people really feel like they don't have a choice, but you can actually change the way you feel. If somebody's yelling at you, you can choose to match that. You can choose this now. You understand what I'm saying? People be like, oh, I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me crazy. Number one, God is my biggest defender. Okay, He's my protector. So if somebody's yelling at me and I know I didn't do nothing wrong, I know I'm like, they got imaginary beef or whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna stay silent and I'm gonna let God yell at them and deal with them, because God is mightier than I. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I was to get into a screaming match with that person, that would change the course of my future forever. You gotta pick and choose your battles, man. Do you really want to be thrown off do you really want to be thrown out of your element because you want to yell with a bobblehead? Or do you just want to ascend and elevate? The only way to break a cycle is to do something different, literally. But whatever you've been putting off, whatever you've been wanting to start for the longest but you never started it, that YouTube channel, man. I know a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people be wanting to start like a channel or start a business. That be the main thing, a business. A lot of people be wanting to start a business, but they don't want to put the time and effort into that business, man. You've got to start now, because the longer you wait, the more you just delay it. You understand what I'm saying? Stop putting pressure on yourself to be a certain way. Just follow your intuition blindly, man, because you are always one decision away. You can choose to listen, or you can choose to do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, your future, the outcome of whatever you choose to do is on you. Point blank, period. But that's all that I have for this video, man. I really do hope I got the message across in this video, and I hope that for anyone who is watching, I hope that you start to choose, Or if you are already, I hope you continue to choose what's best for you. I hope you continue to choose the best possible option for you, and do not ever grow tired of doing what's best for you. Sometimes it might seem like repetitive and boring, but the only way to see a change in your life is to make changes. Like, the only way to see something different is to do something different. Like, instead of waking up every day and just hating yourself, maybe decide to wake up and smile. Maybe wake up and smile. Maybe wake up and give yourself a hug. Do something good for yourself each and every day, man. You'll start to see beautiful changes. You don't have to do nothing drastic. You don't have to start going out and taking yourself out on solo dates, but do something cool at home. Paint your fingernails, I don't know, some skincare, read a book, take care of your mental, because a lot of people think self-care is just physical maintenance or whatever the case may be, but take care of your mental. That's the most important thing. When your mind is healthy, everything just flows. So take care of your mental. Get you some exercise in, move your body, stretch, read, do whatever it is that you need to do. But I do want to say thank y'all so much for 700 people in the community. We got 700 of you beautiful souls in the community, and I'm like, my mind is kind of blown, because I believe it was 3 days ago, we had 300 people in the community, and now we're at 700 people. And I'm just so happy, because this community is growing and flourishing. And what that tells me is that there are so many souls out there awakening to their own personal truth, ascending to higher levels of consciousness. And that is so beautiful, man. That is so beautiful to me. I'm so serious. Even if you aren't in the community, man, but you just tune into the videos every now and again, that is beautiful. Even there, it's all about, you know what that tells me? Anybody who even tunes into these kinds of videos, whether it be mine or another creators, what that tells me is that you are awakening to a higher level of consciousness. I love when I see positive videos like flourishing. You understand what I'm saying? Because that tells me more about the person watching, and it also tells me about the creator at the same time. But in so many words, like, if you are working on yourself, man, it does not matter where you are, man. You might not think, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end this video. You got to stop putting pressure on yourself to be something that you are not at the physical moment, man. Accept yourself as you are. When you accept yourself as you, stay tuned for my next video, y'all. If y'all haven't already, please turn on those post notifications if you want to. But stay tuned for my next video, because that's exactly what I'm about to be talking about, man. But you've got to stop putting pressure on yourself to try and climb to a certain place at this point in time. You will get there when you get there, as long as you are making progress. If you are here and you're trying to get to here, just allow yourself to elevate gradually. Because, man, I used to be very low vibrational. I used to be very mentally ill. Hey, man, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know, man. I was at that. If you was to look back at 14, 15, 16-year-old Jewel, you would have been like, ain't no saving her. But look at me now, saved, happy, flourishing, blessed, literally. And it takes time. You've got to give it time. The thing about it is, you can't be expecting to get, when you're working on yourself, you cannot put a time frame on your growth. You cannot put a time frame on your healing. You cannot do that. You physically cannot do it. You have to, like I said, you have to accept, okay? You have to accept the unknown. You don't know when you're going to get to a point where you start to genuinely feel happy. But as long as you keep taking those steps, and as long as you keep listening to your intuition, even though you do not know what's next, you will get there faster than you will if you were to keep doing your own thing. Your intuition is telling you the fastest track to the best life you could ever live. And the more and more you listen to it, you're going to notice that things are just pouring in abundantly. You understand what I'm saying? But it's up to you to make that decision, if you want to listen or not. If you want to see things change, you got to make that choice for yourself. Do you want it to change, or do you want it to stay the same? But that's really all that I have for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow in my next video. So until next time, bye friends.